Monsieur, does this mean Overwatch is back?
Yes. Yes, we are.
Which begs the philosophical question that would have Socrates scratching at his noggin. What the fuck is Overwatch 2 then? Why is Overwatch 2? If the whole thing that was supposed to be the identity of this title, the PvE story mode, is no longer in it, then what makes Overwatch 2?
We went through 3 years of Overwatch 1. We're not even gonna count 2019, even though 2019 they'd already kind of shifted away. They killed Overwatch 1? Arguably one of the best PvP games of all time when it was actually supported for a game that isn't going to come out. Overwatch 2 is literally an update plus a shop update.
You guys made talent trees into a literal joke when you put them into the April Fool's thing. You guys launch Overwatch 2 with only 3 characters instead of 6 plus because you work on a talent trees just to later scrap talent trees and long form progression. You abandon your core game for 3 years, just turn around the bus and try and make your game live service. You take all your PV stuff, and instead of just letting a smaller team try and finish it over the years, I guess it's financially too bad of a decision, so now you're just instead creating a seasonal model out of it. I have so many, it's like so much shit in my brain right now. It's like...
They let their core game die, which was, like, even if PvE did really well, that is such a bad move.
Wait, brother, then what even is in the plans then? What do they have? There's literally... Brother, Overwatch 2 is like 3 maps, 1 character. Which is... Okay. Which is literally the same thing as the normal content roadmap for updates for the main game.
Okay, I'm done with Overwatch, guys. I can't play this game anymore.
We waited 3.5 fucking years for this. You killed Overwatch 1 for the sake of this dogshit sequel. The shit balancing, no content, the joke of a competitive scene, all for this fucking Hail Mary, which you just cancelled.
I've basically fighting for shit for this game for the last 3.5 years. Through the ups and the downs, the goods and the bads, whether people agreed with me or disagreed with me. I think I'm out of gas.
Sad. Wish they did a better job over at the Activision Blizzard, but I think this was a lot of internal pressure from higher ups to deliver on a product and overhype a product to get them out of a tumultuous time, which led to disaster for the game itself.
In 1979, as a third-party developer team for the games on the Atari video computer system, Activision was founded and proceeded to expand their video game development process. In 1991, a group of investors led by Bobby Kotick bought the company. All the way through 2006, there were successful game series such as Tony Hawk, Call of Duty, and Guitar Hero. However, around 2006, the massive multiplayer online game genre was starting to expand as the revenue from the game started to skyrocket and big companies started to take notice to the phenomenon. While not having any MMO-based material on hand, they knew they had to catch up and continue to compete with competitors like Electronic Arts. After a successful Activision and Blizzard merger between investors Bobby Kotick and Jean-Bernard Lévy, both had access to the game quickly on the rise, World of Warcraft. Fast forward to 2011, and Activision Blizzard was the largest video game company in the world, as the release of Modern Warfare 3 grossed over $400 million in sales, while Black Ops 3 surpassed $550 million. So, with all this success, what went wrong? On November 1st, 2019, at BlizzCon in Anaheim, California, a major announcement was made. Overwatch 2. For context, Overwatch, released in 2016, was an instant hit with the gaming community, quickly becoming one of the most popular games of the year and highly rated through every single game reviewer on the planet. But by year's end, the work on Overwatch 1 stalled, and they stopped developing new stuff for the game. This angered the community, as they believed that they shouldn't put a full stop on a game to just focus on a sequel. But the community held out hope for one reason, and one reason only: PvE. A whole new campaign with skill trees, storylines, and enhanced overall experience. We knew just to hold on to hope, just for a little longer.
The main thing that Overwatch 2 is supposed to do isn't happening. That's right. You know the only thing that you were supposed to get excited about with the game? They canceled it.
With everything we've learned about what it takes to operate this game at the level that you deserve, it's clear that we can't deliver on that original vision for PvE that was shown in 2019. What that means is that we won't be delivering that dedicated hero mode with talent trees, that long-term power progression. Those things just aren't in our plans anymore. And we know that this is going to be disappointing to many of you, which is why we wanted to bring it up before we talked about the roadmap. And to be perfectly honest, it's been really difficult for many of us and a lot of folks on the team who've poured their heart and soul into that stuff.
Well, there it is. What the fuck else do you get to say?
It was the announcement heard around the world. People cried, raged, quit, and everything between. The only thing the community was looking forward to the most was gone, reduced to ashes. Especially after finding out that they made a decision a year prior to breaking the news, but did not want to let their community know right away. Not too long after, it was discovered that the Overwatch team wanted to use this as part of a 3-step plan to try and turn Overwatch into an MMO, making it a terrifying reality that while they were putting an insurmountable effort into the game, it was all for show. A cash grab to ruin the developers who genuinely had a passion for making a good game. Then, Activision did something just as bad.
At like 2 or 3 a.m. this morning, I had people sending me this tweet from SM2 saying that a team member received a cease and desist letter on behalf of Activision. So yeah, Activision, I guess, finally got wind of this project and decided to completely shut it down. 2 years of work just completely down the drain. What's even more crazy is this news comes out not even a full day after Overwatch 2, another Activision game, just announced that they will not be making the PvE or campaign modes that were basically the entire point of Overwatch 2. At this point, Activision just does not care about their public reputation at all. They know they're absolutely hated, and so they just do whatever they want now, and it is really frustrating.
In an instant, with the removal of fan-made games from old engines, games from Black Ops 3 and backwards were gone, not playable anymore in multiplayer unless you paid $60 for the game. This was a complete and utter shock to the Call of Duty community. This meant the memories of multiplayer for the millions who played in 2011 in the game's prime, when the game skyrocketed in revenue, was gone. These two decisions were coded by the same issue, greed. Every company starts out the same way, wanting the consumer to buy for the experience of the game, but after a while, the dollar sign blinds executives, making the entire process contribute under one goal.
Hello, I like money.
In sports games like FIFA, Madden, and NBA 2K, they've done the same thing, prioritizing game modes that contribute to help making the most money, while other modes suffer and take a backseat to the realism of graphics every single game has succumbed to. With controversies like this showing the true reality of the mindset of all AAA titles going forward, the trust that video game quality is getting better is slowly dying. Will it ever get back to its prime in 2010? No one knows. So, what does this mean for gaming going forward? Unfortunately, we don't know. It more or less is going to break the trust between consumers and AAA titles, but we really don't know where it's going to go from there. I mean, especially if this is happening in other companies and they're not telling us. The gaming community is slowly going to unravel because the greed of money is going to overtake everything. But that's going to be something that we're going to have to find out. If you like the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notifications to know when my next video posts. Until then, I'm out. Till next time.